Welcome everyone, thank you for joining us. As you can see, I have the door a little bit open to try and get some air in, and we have Willem with us again, yay! It's lovely to have you all with me today. Let's take right hand in fist, please, left hand straight, pull back the thumb, feet together, hands together. Salute. 谢三好. 老师好. 老师好. Okay, let's begin, please. We'll start with the vertical spiral. So this is feeding into the four corners. There is a bit of noise coming in from outside, so let me know if it bugs you. So we're feeding into the four corners and the hips, but allowing the movement to express itself all the way up and down through the rest of the body. You can try and allow your neck to be loose and reactive without overly bending. Good, and when you're ready, change direction. Good, very nice. Let's bring everything gently back into center, relaxing down through your system. And let's widen our stance, sitting back a little bit, and we'll do this one, Chinese drum. Let your breath flow. How do you feel today? How is the body responding? Good. It's never quite the same twice, is it? No. Good. And let's walk the feet gently in. And we'll continue with the much softer version. Just feeling your way through the air. Can you hear that background noise on this end?
Might be filtered out.
Might be filtered out.
The drilling.
Yeah. Let's come back to center. It's something that really occurs to me in a sort of suburban setting. There's always noise, some kind of noise. Big circles, we make them bigger and bigger as we go, and breathe. Good, and let's change direction. I like to start small in both directions, but go with what feels right. Good, lovely, and stretch to the sides. Let's circle, opening and closing the chest. Have you been practicing your, what's it called? I can't even pronounce it. Kosiki dancing? Change direction. I think it's a bit hot to do it today, to be honest. It's quite aerobic.
They do it in India.
I know. Maybe they do it like, you know, before sunrise or something.
Yeah.
Let's go one at a time. I don't do heat very well at all. I think as I've got older, it's only got worse. So I'm like, nope. And it was raining here all summer, and I was like, yep, that's okay. Let's play Scrabble, but the heat is something else. Change direction. Good. And rest. Let's circle those shoulders. And change. You see I'm in my whites today, because when it's really hot, that's my go-to. I'm like, okay, let's get something that reflects the heat. But I'm not used to wearing things that aren't specifically exercise clothes, and I feel every little, yeah, it's not designed for exercise. One at a time, please. And let's change direction. Good, let's come back into center and let's take a deep breath and lift. And 2. And 3. Good, let's ease from the stance. I'd like to do a few wee squats. So let's start with our open stance and grasp the hands together, and we're going to sit back and down just as far as you comfortably can, keeping the knees in line with the toes, and up you come. Good, and again, gently down. And up. And third time we're going to go down, and if you can, try to stay there for a wee minute and bring your hands to your knees, and we're just going to rock around, mobilize the hips, breathe, see if you can turn the knees out. Good. I was watching a little video about hip mobility, and I really agreed with it. They were saying that squats are one of the best anti-aging exercises you can do, because it really helps your hips and your lower back stay flexible. Good. So a little bit of squat work every day can really help you avoid the likes of a hip replacement in later life, because we're lubricating the joint and we're using it. Can you imagine if you only ever opened a door halfway for 20, 30, 40 years and then tried to open it all the way? It would go easily as far as you use it, and then it would stick. And the hips are exactly the same. All of our joints, if you use them, they will be happy. And if you don't use them, they will begin to rust. Good, so let's bring everything gently back to parallel. Just ease yourself back into a comfortable pose, and let's sit back and down and relax the head forwards if you can, and just breathe. You should actually feel like a nice stretch in your spine. Good. Now let's keep the head down, but we're going to very gently stretch the legs. Gently does it, do what you can. If you need to, you can take your hands to your legs, but if you can reach the floor, use the floor as an anchor, and just gentle movements rocking into the hips left and right. You can bend a little bit and stretch a little bit with your breath. Good. Relax down. Let's try wrapping the arms around one side and the other side. And back to center. And let's just bend those knees and tuck the tail. Release the head down. Let's roll gently up from the base of the spine, slowly, 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 leaving your head down until last. And then uncurl and relax down into your center, standing straight. And I personally like to just give it a moment after I've come up to allow the body to recalibrate. Just give it a second to recover. Good. Yes. Okay. Yeah, do you want to?
Yeah, Jane, the video has been going off black screen and kind of scratchy. I could do what I was doing, but no, it seems okay now. Low system resources may affect your audio. No, for some, when you have come to close to the computer, just walk back again and see if it's.
Maybe it's my presence. How's that?
Yeah, you're still there.
Okay.
No, keep going.
Okay. Well, we're recording it, Alison. So if it's gone a bit blippy, hopefully
as long as it's not on your side, that's fine.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's not on our side so far.
It kept going kind of in and out and black and.
Oh dear. Okay.
Yeah, I can follow your voice anyway.
Great. Okay. Good stuff. So I think maybe now let's do one of your stretches, Alison, because I like them a lot. So we're going to reach up one side and lengthen through the fingertips. So it's as if you're being lifted up by the wrist. We're going to release belly, hips, and knees to sit down at the same time. So we've got that two-way stretch. We're going to lean into the stretching side, drawing the arm across to the opposite side and stretch the arm by the leg down. And we're going to look down past the foot. Keep breathing. And let's look forwards. And just for a full experience, let's look up past the palm. Keep breathing. Lovely side stretch, and let's recover. And do the whole thing now on the other side. So we're going to lengthen up. And as if you're being lifted by the wrist, sitting belly, hips, and knees down. Bowing into that side, stretching the opposite hand down the leg, and look down past the foot. Keep breathing. And look forwards. And look up past the fingers. Lovely stretch and recover. Well done. I'd like to do one more wee stretch, and this is one that Willem led us through the other day, and I really enjoyed it. And it's to take one hand and push towards the back. Would you like to lead it?
No, you go ahead.
Okay, well, I'm not sure I'll do it justice, but anyway, let's take one hand to, not to hip, bring it behind your back. And we're going to take the other hand and press towards the back corner, but we keep the hips and the knees pointing forwards. And we just hold that position, gently extending through the arm. Keep breathing. Keeping the top of the head floating up, the tail hanging down, and release. And let's go to the other side. So we bring one hand behind and pressing to the back corner. Now, naturally, I find that my arm does not extend fully. It's about 70% extended within the joints. Keeping the hips and the knees pointing forwards, but through the structure, think of extending. Keep breathing. Head floating up, tail releasing down. I think that's a lovely one. Good. And release and relax. So it's something akin to one of the, is it the 12 Doyen, or what's that sequence that we used to do? Yi Jin Jing, there it is. Yes, something similar to the lung exercise and the Yi Jin Jing, just a little variation. Excellent. Okay, so let's ease from our stance. We'll do one more of Alison's exercises because I like them a lot. And this is the shaky shake one. So let's float up, please, through the top of the head and over to one side. And we do our little twist and shake with the arm. Really, it's controlled abandon. We're giving it a bit of a push in all directions and just letting everything wobble. And breathing into it, letting all of the flesh just melt off the bones. Good. I love this one. Good. And let's float up, lengthening through the spine. Let's go straight away over to the other side. Same again. It's interesting because I see a lot of people when they begin Tai Chi, they have lack of coordination. But this exercise is actually asking the body to move chaotically and letting go into that chaos. I also noticed that the students beginning struggle with that as well. So they can't coordinate so well, but neither can they let go into freedom of movement. But it's a good exercise to get them on that path. Good. Breathe, let go. Lovely. All right, let's float up. And relax down into the belly. Well done. Easing from the stance. Well, I think we've covered most of the bases. Maybe haven't done so much with the neck, but we did our full vertical spiral. So let's now move on. We're going to do once through open door 5. Let's then do Phoenix, left and right, and have a go at the Immortals as well. Okay, so shoulder width and level, please, with your feet. Floating up through the top of the head. Make sure that you're comfortable. The chin slightly down and back. And breathe, feeling your way through your body. Let's find all 10 fingers, gently pressing them down. Find your best connection with energy. Ready? Start. Very good. Let's rub the kidneys. How's the connection?
Very good.
Excellent, well done. Oh, that's a relief. Okay, so let's now have a go at our Phoenix on both sides. And remember that lovely little link, instead of closing after we've finished the Phoenix couple return home on the second side, we simply open the fist and scoop the hand that is behind it underneath. And that's your stomach spleen exercise to then continue on. Yes, exactly. Okay. Just bear in mind, as we come close to the end of the first side, say to yourself, now I'm going to do the link. Because if you're anything like me, you go on autopilot and before you know it, you've closed. Go, oh. But if that does happen, who cares? Just do it on the other side then. Start from scratch. But this is a nice wee link, a nice segue. Now, before we start this, and Willem, you're here, maybe you can shed light on it. I'm not sure. There is one wee move somewhere in the Phoenix that Master Locke said, if you want to do it more advanced, you do it this way. I think there's a vertical circle, whereas we had been doing a horizontal circle. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I have no clue.
No, that's okay. Well, we'll just leave it. I think at one stage we kind of looked at it a little bit, but it's gone. So we'll maybe see if it comes back. He does talk about there being a phoenix form for students and then a phoenix form for performance. But I never got a chance to really look at the performance version. So it's
in the beginning, the lung exercises.
Yes,
Yeah.
possibly. Yeah.
Yeah, so the lung exercise, you begin doing it both sides. So lung 1, and again hug ball, and lung 2. But he also does it lung 1, and then just circling. Yeah, is it? I've got to do it the right way.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
Can't mirror it yet. 1, what you normally do, and then just keep circling the hands quite horizontally. You end up with the right hand coming up for the kidneys. It's a different changeover.
Well, maybe do a wee bit of research into that before we look at it online. I think when he mentioned it to me, I felt very much, but I'm at the start of this journey and I'm not sure I can cope with, variations at that stage. And so I've just left it. But there are lovely wee things in there. As we mentioned in the first class, Master Locke is quite flexible with his choreography. He expresses himself as he goes. And so he has a kind of framework of his form, a bit like Laoja means old frame, and then you've Shinja, it's the same framework, but it can be expressed in very different ways. So he is developing his style still and expresses himself on the day. So he offers us variations. As I say, sometimes I don't want variations, I'm just give me one way and I'll work on that. So let's just stick with what we know. For now, and we'll do it both sides. But thank you very much. That's good. So we can look at that lung thing and on. All right, ready? Let's float up. Chin slightly down and back, and calming down. Give yourself a moment to listen behind. Ready? Start. Well done. Good stuff. Okay, I think you've earned yourself a wee rest. Take a moment, please, and just, you can stand, you can have a wee stretch, you can have a wee drink. Were there any thoughts arising? Was there any issue arising? Willem, how did you get on?
Still work on my balance. But
Yeah, I noticed actually in the second side when we are standing one leg and doing the Phoenix greets the morning sun, I thought I was pretty balanced, but I'm not used to doing it so much on the second side, so I find it much more difficult to balance. And on mats like this, we're on sort of 2 centimeter thick mats. Any little weight deviation is really going to manifest. Just give me a wee sec. Yeah, just popping you on mute for any background noise. Yeah, so yeah, I think balance is a thing that came up for both of us, maybe a little bit, and that it's very nice. It's a real example of this expansion in all directions. It's not just lifting. We're lifting, but we're sitting back and down as we're pressing forwards and up. And we're kind of expressing this emptiness round in front and a fullness round in the back. So it's very three-dimensional. Do you get that feeling?
yeah, but the focus is on the vertical stretch.
Yeah, yeah, it's quite something, isn't it? Yeah. And I see often in class with students, they get carried away and their hands are going up and up and up and they're up here. But we really want to look beyond the palms. So you've got that, yes, as Willem says, the vertical stretch, but it is somewhat contained. And if you're pressing your arms forwards as well as up.
This is horizontal, but the actual stretch in the spine is vertical. It's really a two-way stretch. The pressing the hands out helps.
Yeah.
But in the body, the focus is in the spine lengthening.
And that lengthening.
Not just the spine, the whole body. But
Yeah. Very good. Very good. Well, okay. So we'll maybe leave the Phoenix for now. And what would you say about tag teaming the Immortals? Yeah. Would you like to go first?
sure.
Good stuff. Okay, enjoy.
Calm down. Getting ready. And
Beautiful. Well done. Really nice, everyone. Yeah. Okay. So we'll maybe do it once more with me. I'm just thinking that while we have Willem with us, Willem is much more martial than I am. And whenever Master Locke gave us martial insight, I think it was a bit more academic in my understanding than it would be for you. So as we do this, can you maybe think if there are any applications that you'd like to look at within it? Anything, basically, because I never show any application of anything.
Yeah, it's full of application.
I know it is, it's absolutely full of it. So
It's
even
just however you want to focus on it.
yeah.
We'll have a look.
Okay, thank you very much.
If the what I would say, just most of us practice for health. So the main thing is there's energy in what you do. It's not just empty movement. So there needs to be a focus, and the martial understanding can really help with that.
That's exactly what I was thinking in terms of if a martial application can explain or help us to make our movement better. That's the way I see it, because I have no intention ever to get in a fight if I can possibly avoid it. But if we don't know an application, we may be doing the movement wrong, because without the application, it's just movement. So it's useful for that. So okay, so let's have one more go through, and then Willem I can put him on the spot. Thank you. Okay, ready? And Should we try the jump? Okay, good. Well, as you say, I mean, it's full of application because it's a proper martial form, as is all Tai Chi. So is there anything, Willem, that...
No, I just come in to fix you.
Yeah.
No, I was just looking at you because it's hard because you're both out of sync a bit and it's hard to follow both at the same time. So I was just focusing on you, but no, it looks very good. There seems to be the right intention, the right energy in every move. It's really nice.
Thank you.
And you see how nice the choreography is as well. So the energy swells and relaxes and stretches and does different things the whole time. I think it's important not to get too intense. There's a suggestion of an application, but it also needs to relax again. So keep that in mind. Everybody's got their own kind of flow in this, and sometimes we need to make it stronger and have more intention, but also you need to get to the rest. So keep that balance, whatever that balance is for yourself. So a moment of stretching out that balloon and a moment of relaxing it in to get to the next step and stretch it out and relax, and wherever the movement takes you. So you always have that yin and yang. It's very important. Because when we think of application, there's application in every part of the move. And if every part of the move is very strong intended, you can lose the yin as well. So keep a nice balance, opening up, relaxing in.
Thank you. Yeah, I think I run the risk sometimes of, like you say, over intent. When Master Locke did a little private session with the two of us and was looking at, he says, okay, start, and I would start and go on, and he'd go, okay, you dropped it. So I'd start with that energy, you know, we say energy to the fingertips, we engage the fingertips, make sure the energy is flowing, and I do the first movement, and as soon as I went into a kind of yin phase, I dropped that.
Exactly.
So it was too yin. So it was soft, it was yin, but it had lost the sort of sensitivity, the flow. So if you think of yin and yang, you've got the black shape with the white dot. It's not all black, and you've got the white shape with the black dot. So even when you're yin, you still need some engagement of the energy. But of course, the risk then, when I'm trying to correct the dropping the ball, so to speak, dropping the energy, is that I give it too much. So it becomes Tai Yang, it's yang all the time. So when we have an expansion, it needs to keep some softness, it needs to keep some yin. But also, as Willem says, when we have a yin movement, it has to be different from the yang movement. It can't be all guns blazing all of the time. And I think that's a continuous balancing act that we have to keep refining. I've been working on not dropping the ball, trying to keep my energy at least somewhat to my fingertips at all times, so that I'm not just going drop, oh, and switching it on again. And that's what he was saying, Jane, you're just dropping and switching on, dropping and switching on. So you're losing the flow by starting all the time. So I may have actually overcorrected a little bit. I need to.
Yeah, I think it's very important to distinguish about the form and the intent. When you're dropping the ball, I think it's in the form more than the intent.
Okay.
The intent can relax all the way, just really relax, but without losing the form, if that makes sense. Within your shape, still have the roundness, but you can relax it without collapsing it. So it's a fine line. It's when you say dropping the ball, I think it's more a form issue than an intent issue. But obviously the two kind of overlap, and it's easy to go if you soften your intention to lose the form, to kind of collapse the roundness of it. So sometimes it's good to just practice really yin, so minimal, just keep it soft, and even if there's expansion, it doesn't have to be here, it can just be a little bit of expansion, keeping it close to the body or keeping it, comfortable. So you're practicing the yin, but still keeping the right shape.
Very good. Yeah, it's something that quite often surprises me when we're doing standing practice in Chen style. That we start out, we go into our posture, and then the teachers come round and they give us corrections. And so often they're bringing you into a correction that I find that my arms are feeling really sort of minimal is the only way to describe it. Whereas when I go up, I'm trying to relax into the structure, but there is a definite structure. But the end, when I've been corrected, it's like you say, it's absolute minimal effort at all, and they seem to be hardly there,
That's it. I think they don't want your energy here.
Yeah.
They want your energy there.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's also the energy going out into the hands, into the expanded form, and then going back to center. So again, that's something we need to do without dropping the ball altogether.
Yeah. It's lifelong work, really, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, well, we've pretty much come to the end of our practice. I know it goes so fast, doesn't it? So let's just have a wee warm down. Yeah, great. Okay, so we rub. Thank you so much for that input. That was really very good. Okay, so let's lift up and we just pat downwards. And just try to get all the facets of your body as much as you can reach. And as we do this, we just think of releasing any stagnant energy, any stale energy, that which no longer serves. Let it fly away. Turn to light, down every surface of the legs. Outside, inside. And now we're going to brush down. Brush, brush, brush. Good. Same again. If you want more energy, if you're feeling tired, give it a wee flick at the end of the brush, and that has a very vitalizing quality. If you're feeling that you need more chill, make it more of a caress, a stroke that's just softly off the end, and that has a more soothing quality to it. I'm going to give myself a flick at the end just to spruce up. Good. And let's do our Bai Bing Xiao. 100 ailments go away. So just off the floor, we lift and drop the heels. And now, just like Alison's shaky shake movement, we want this controlled abandon. We just let the body wobble. Can you feel any parts that are not wobbling? Let go into them. Good, and stand. Listen to your body, please. Feel the vitality express. And let's very gently guide it to return to center, hugging your elbows in. Feeling the touch, the warmth of your hands, flowing into Dandian. Feel your energy is stronger. Very good. That flew in. Very good indeed. Thank you so much. Let's salute, please. Xie Sang Hao.
Somehow. Somehow.
Lao Shi Hao. Thank you very much, Lao Shi Hao. Thank you. And have a wonderful weekend. I hope you stay nice and cool. And look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you. Bye.